Okay, hello everybody. I'm doing this video to show you how to do a disc brake job that can be done on just about any car with disc brakes. Disc brakes are one of the easiest things you can do, and for the price of wanting your mechanic to do it compared to you do it, it's just unbelievable. I was quoted $550 to do the job that I'm about to do. That was without new rotors. I got new rotors just in case. The brake pads for this Mazda 6 was $56 at Part Source up here in Canada. So big price difference, and this should take me between an hour and a half to do. So I'm not sure where they got the price for doing a brake job at $550. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, of course, is get your car where you want it to work on it. You're going to need your jack. You can use simply the jack out of your car. It will work. You don't need anything special to do this. Once you get your car where you want, I recommend one of the first things you do is you come over here to the front of your car, open up the hood, and near the back, and they're all back here. It'll look a little different in your car maybe, but I guarantee you they're all here. You will find a little reservoir like this. This is your brake fluid reservoir, okay? It'll have a little cap on it like that. Just open it up. That's all you have to do, okay? Once that's open, done. Next thing we'll do is we're gonna take the tire off the car. First thing you do to take the tire off the car is you loosen your lug nuts with the car on the ground. Then you raise your car, remove the lug nuts, and take your wheels off. I will meet you once that is done. Okay, everybody, the tire's off. I've already done one side, so I wanted to come over here and just show you what to do. So this is your brake caliper right here. Your brake shoes are in here. Okay, and these are the two bolts you want. Now I've given these a blast with some penetrating oil just to get them kind of loose. I'm just kind of letting that soak in. There's one here and there's one here. And you'll know that these are the right ones because guarantee you there will be this little rubber accordion thing right here. Every brake job I've ever done, this is here, and those are the bolts you want to remove. Okay, so take those bolts off. That will loosen the caliper and expose your brake shoes that we can take off. And I will show you that after I get this off. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so bolts are out. This should come off really easy. Let's see how we do here. There it is. Look at that, one-handed. Okay, so just rest it, okay? You've got your brake line right here, and I believe over here is this is probably your emergency brake. Okay, but this is, you don't want to put any stress on this. The last thing you want to do is break the seal on your brake line and have to flush the brakes to replace it, and that's a real pain in the butt. Okay, and right here is your brake caliper, right, that guy right there. Now it is fully extended because these brakes have been worn so thin, so we have to squeeze that back down. Now, this is something new that I've encountered. This is a twist back. Just take a piece, some needle nose pliers, and you place them in there, and you twist counterclockwise while pushing in, and that enables you to push that back. It's something pretty new. I've got an older car that you can just take a pair of clamps and push it back, and it goes back without any problem. This one's a little bit trickier, but again, pretty simple to do. You can just simply do it with needle nose pliers. Okay, so here's your brake shoes right here. Okay, there's a couple springs here. Okay, these will just pop right out. See, probably just get some needle nose pliers and pop those out, and those will pop right out to replace them. It's really relatively easy. The only thing you want to do is make sure that you're not touching your rotor. You don't want to scratch or scuff this up because then you got to replace it, and you don't want to do that. Okay, so simply a pair of needle nose or a pair of flathead screwdriver. Just get it in there. You can see I'm doing this with one hand, and out it pops, and there you go. And while I've got it here, I'll show you the difference. This is of course the old one, okay, and here's the new one. Okay, so when this went to the mechanic for its yearly maintenance, regular yearly, all the fluids changed and everything, they of course checked the brakes. This was 1% left. Okay, that's almost nothing. Really, actually, really lucky that the rotors did not get wrecked because although they were fairly cheap to purchase, and I did buy some just in case. It's just one more step that I really didn't want to have to do, and luckily I don't have to. So I'm really grateful I don't have to do that. Okay, so I'm going to now take the brake shoes off. Just got to do the back one, and I'm going to twist the caliper back so it'll fit. Okay, it's really quite easy. It goes back pretty easy. You just kind of get the right leverage and everything. What I found worked best is once I get the brake shoes on, I reattach the caliper with one bolt right here, kind of lean it over so it's got a little bit of resistance, and turn it back, and that seemed to work really well. And it took less than a minute to get it back. It was pretty simple. But I'll show you that when we get there. And so I'll just take off the second brake shoe, and then we'll do the twisting back of the caliper, and then we'll put it all back together again. Okay, so as you can see, the brake caliper is now back. Okay, so it should be good enough. I might have to put it back a little bit further. We'll see. Okay, and like I said, I just reattached this one bolt just so I can have some leverage. It should come off really easy here. Make sure I'm twisting it the right way, and scrape that off. There it goes. Okay, put it over there. Make the caliper, rest it there. Okay, so all we got left to do now is put the shoes on. Okay, so you see the springs. There's a spring here, and there's a spring here. There's two little tabs that go there. Okay, push down on the springs. Give it a push in. There you go. That's it. Do the back one. Okay, get it on the springs. Both sides. Okay, and push it in. That's it. They're in. Just that easy. Okay, and this is a matter of getting your caliper back on. Let's see if, yeah, fits perfect. We'll put the bolts back in, tighten it all up, and your brakes are done. Put the car back together again. Put the cap on the brake line reservoir. Before you take it for a drive, pump your brakes. Make sure that the the caliper is reset, and you're good to go. It's just that easy. Easy 2 brakes for a novice doing it for the first time. Maybe give yourself an hour a break just because it's your first time. As you get used to doing this, it gets quicker and quicker and quicker. It's a very easy job. Anybody can do this. The tools I used, you can simply use a set of wrenches. They'll work just fine. I use a rubber mallet because usually these are pretty stiff when you first start. So I just throw that on, take my rubber mallet, give it a couple of whacks till the bolt starts to move, and then do the rest by hand. I mean, I have air tools and all that stuff, but that's just to do it faster. You don't need it. And a flathead screwdriver, that's all you really need. I mean, you don't need much more. Like I said, you know, you'll have a tire iron and a jack in your trunk. That's all you need to raise your car and take your tire off. You don't need a lot to do this, and you'll save yourself a ton of money. So there you go. That's my video, and I encourage everybody out there to do your own brakes. Okay, bye-bye.